Hi, this is Greg from Zoho Expert. Today I'm doing a quick video on client preparation. So the things you need to do before you hire a Zoho consultant. Firstly, check out our YouTube channel, please. Subscribe, comment, like our videos, help us grow the channel. There's tons of useful resources on there, available completely free, step-by-step guides, and we're just going to keep growing and growing and adding more to that catalog. So please do subscribe, like our videos, and comment. Okay, so today's video is all about what you need to do before you hire or whilst you're onboarding with a Zoho consultant. So one of the main things you need to do is you need to make a chart of all the different processes in your business. So for example, if you sell widgets, you need to have a path from the day the lead contacts you, so the potential customer contacts you, through to when they order, through to after they've ordered, organizing the delivery, perhaps ordering the widget from a third party, and then having it delivered to them, right through to making sure the delivery happened, obviously the client paying you at some point, whether that's before or after delivery, it depends on your terms. And then following up for a review, and then perhaps at the end, following up a month later or a week later or 6 months later with the client to either cross-sell them different products to go with the widget they've purchased, or to upsell them on different products. The opportunities are endless. You need to just work out what it is going to be for your business. We can help you determine that as a consultant. We can give you guidance on where to go with these different things, and have you thought about including a step where you cross-sell this product to them, or something to that effect. But the step-by-step thing that you need to work out is from day one what happens. Now the reason we ask you for this is so that we can set up a blueprint for you. And how blueprints work is they work based on the stages of the transaction. Actually, let's just edit this one. So when a lead enters the system, step one is going to be to gather resources on that lead. So here we've got a few fields that we'll have to fill in for them. And then once we've done that, it goes into a not contacted stage. And that means we'll then see two buttons that says no answer. Sorry, we'll see two buttons. Yeah, no answer when we've tried to contact them, or establish contact. So if they answer the phone, we click establish contact, and then the following things will happen. So it'll show us their details, and it'll ask us to record some notes about them, and it'll ask us to input this extra information about them. Okay, and then afterwards what it's going to do is, nothing in this case. It'll just take them to the contacted stage. Now if they don't answer, it'll take us to this no answer option. We'll click the no answer button, and then it'll ask us to it won't ask us to do anything, but it'll add a task for you to contact the same customer tomorrow. And then tomorrow you'll follow that task, and you'll reattempt to contact them, and it'll then say, we've now established contact, or no answer again. And you can basically just follow this until the person answers. Now at the contacted point of view, you'll have three options. You'll have not interested, and then it'll put them as a lost lead, although I don't actually recommend this. I'll tell you what I recommend in a moment. Or it'll have start engagement, which is where you turn them into a potential client, and you make them a deal and all those sorts of things, or otherwise it'll be bad lead, and then they'll become a junk lead. Now when it comes to lost lead, I would recommend having a couple of other requirements here, or stages, so that instead of being just a lost lead, we have a more detailed reason for why they're lost. So instead of calling it lost lead, I would call it something completely different. Okay, so now you can see that this is how the blueprint works. Now this blueprint is working on the lead. So once you click this button to say start engagement, let's see what happens. Okay, it just creates a follow-up task, and then it sends them to pre-qualified. Now, what I would potentially do here is have this automatically convert into a contact and a deal, because I want to remove the need for my clients to manually do things as much as possible. But what that would do then is it would start a new blueprint, which we would have on the contact and on the deal. Now, the contact blueprint might involve collecting documents from your customer. So potentially before you deal with a customer, you might need to receive documents from them, such as their proof of ID or their proof of funds or maybe proof of training. It could be anything to do with whatever your type of business is. If you don't need anything from your customer and it's just a case of getting them to make a purchase, then by all means, run down that route and don't have a blueprint on the contact. But for the deal, we would have a blueprint, and that blueprint would be, let's set this up quickly. So deals, and we wanted to run on the deals. Okay, and it'll be based on the stage, and we want it to run on all deals and next. Okay, so these are all of the stages of our deals. Okay, so it'll start with qualification, and that's, the very first step in the deal process. Now, after that, you might need to go to various different scenarios here, and you would basically just build this out, and you can build it as a straight line if you wanted to. However, that doesn't normally work for most business cases because each business will be unique. You can also have it be that it can bounce around, so this can go to there or to there. It really depends on your business. But what we need our clients to do when they're onboarding with us in the first place is to make a chart where they say, well, this is where it starts, and then it goes to here, and then it goes to here, and then it goes to here. And that way we can then design that inside the CRM for our clients. Now, we can do that with you and for you, but obviously that will involve extra time that we need to spend on your case, and that would cost extra money. So if you want to save money, one of the best things you can do is come up with that list on your own, and then just give us that list, talk it through with us, and then we can go off and design it for you, and that would save you money. If you've got any questions, let me know, but this is just a basic outline of what you need to think about when you're designing how your CRM developer and CRM customizer and consultant is going to put in place a blueprint to run your business on. Here's an example of the blueprint in progress. So we're on my website now, and we're going to fill in the lead capturing form. So business name, if you don't have a name, please just enter your full name. So we're going to say here demo business name, and this is going to be Mr. Demo Client and Demo Last. Mobile number, we are going to use a blank number here, and we're going to change the number at the end to 1 because I know I've already got a contact in my address book with that number, and we don't want it to sync up with that. And then we're going to call this demo org 11 at zohoexpert.co.uk. What would they like our help with? Let's say they want some help with custom deluge script and more information. We need a script to automatically change the date format of an incoming date in Zoho Flow. All right. So now this will create a lead on my system. So if we refresh my system, here's the new lead. So we click into this lead to see the blueprint in progress. So the first step in the blueprint is the gather details. So if we click on this, I'll be on the phone with the contact, and it'll ask me for the phone and city. Now in my case, I've put the number down as mobile because that's the number I like to track. So I'm just going to say the same number here. And the city, I'm going to say St. Albans because that's where I'm located. And I'm going to say save. All right, so now that we've gathered the details, it now wants us to establish contact with them. So what that means is we're going to call them on this number. If they answer, we click establish contact. If they don't answer, we click no answer. So we're calling this person, they don't answer. So we click no answer, and it says a task has been assigned for you to recontact the same customer tomorrow, and we click save. Now if we go to our leads and we look at leads who are in the state of awaiting contact, we won't see this person anymore. We'll only see them if we go to the all leads screen. However, if we look at the action for tomorrow, we will see it's here, and it says that we must remember to follow this person up. So I'm going to close the task, and we're going to go back to the lead, and now we're going to pretend like it's tomorrow, and we're contacting them, and this time they answered the phone. So we're talking to them, and we want to ask them a few questions here. So notes, reached the customer and discussed requirements. They need a custom script for Zoho Flow. Okay, so they need a custom script for Zoho Flow, 1 hour's work. Okay, that's enough. And number of employees, we'll just say 1. Annual revenue, let's say, I don't know, 200,000. Let's see, does it say a currency? No. Industry, so what did they need us to do? They change the date. Okay, let's say they're in data and telecoms. Save. All right, so now we've contacted the client, okay? So now we need to find out whether they're interested in our services, because now we'll provide them with a quote, send engagement. And then when we hear back from them, they might say, oh, no, actually, we're not interested in anything from you. So we'll go bad lead, say, for instance, it's completely irrelevant. We'd say, no, bad lead, this person has nothing to do with us. They don't need any work from us. Not interested, we'll put them into a workflow for later where it says, okay, well, let's nurture that lead. Let's send them some information about our company over the next few months, and let's try and encourage them to use us next time they need something from a company like us. But in this case, we're going to say start engagement. Okay, and now it's explaining what it's going to do. So create an action plan with the customer. A task will be assigned to your name to follow up in 2 days from now, and a reminder for tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Okay, so we'll go client wishes to proceed with 1 hour of consulting, and save. All right, so now this lead is done. They're in pre-qualified. So at this point in the process, we would convert them. But now this is what I was saying in the earlier part of the video, that here I would have this automatically convert them and turn them into a deal. But in this case, we're going to say, yeah. So where would you like to move attachments to? Well, we don't have any attachments on them, but in the default is contact. So we want to tick the box that says create a new deal. So deal is for 1 hour's consulting. So that's £100. So the closing date, well, this wouldn't take us very long. It's 1 hour's worth of work. So let's set it to Saturday the 14th. So the stage is qualification, but technically we are further along. We're at the proposal and quote, but we'll leave it at that for now. And the contact role is the economic decision maker. So the person who has the power to say, yeah, we'll spend the £100 with you to get this job done. And we're going to convert. Okay, so now we want to go to the deal. Okay, so firstly, I want to change this deal name because that's not very helpful. Later down the line, that will confuse us. So we're going to edit the deal. And we're going to say 1 hour of work to create custom script for Zoho Flow to change the date format. Okay, type is new business because this is a new lead, and we've spoken to them and we found that they're quite interested. So we're going to put the qualification at the probability at £50. Oh, sorry, 50%. So next step is send quote, and that is all we need for now. So we're going to click save. And now if we had a blueprint, we'd work through it here. And one of the buttons in our blueprint would be send quote. We'd click on that button. It would ask us to fill in a few details. And then when we click OK, it would automatically go to Zoho Books. It would create a quote for this customer and it would send it to the customer. On CRM, it would show this deal stage as awaiting customer to accept quote, and this deal would stay in that stage until the client had accepted the quote. Now, I might also set up a workflow to say if or not a workflow, a SLA inside the blueprint that says if this has been in the stage of awaiting customer to accept quote for more than 2 days, create a task for me so that I can then call the customer and say, hey, you've had our quote for 2 days now. We're waiting for you to accept it. Is there anything I can help you with? And then they might say, oh, actually, yeah, we've changed our mind, in which case I'd click a button here saying quote rejected. Or they might say, yeah, we want to go ahead. We just haven't had a chance to press quote accepted on the document you sent us. In which case, depending on our internal processes, we might say, okay, we can accept that on your behalf on this side. Or we might say to them, unfortunately, you do need to go into our email and click accept quote. And as soon as you've done that, we can start working on this work for you. And then, you can follow this through all the way to the end of the process, delivery of the work, receipt of payment, asking the client for a review at the end, everything. But yeah, this is just an introductory video into how this works. So please do get in touch if you've got any questions. If you're interested in consulting, book a free consultation with us. We'd be happy to give you some more information and talk about your requirements and try to give you a fair price estimate. But please like this video, please subscribe to our channel, and please comment down below. Thanks very much.